Let's talk about clear and chunked directions. So in front of you here, you have an example of a science game, specifically looking at genetics, called the Skittles Population Bottlenecking Game. And this is straight from Engage New York. And when you look at this game, you can see that the directions, while they've got some numbering and some bullet points, these are not clear or chunked directions for English learners. All of the directions are in one spot together. It's intimidating for a student to look at and see all this text at once on the page. There's no words that are explicitly defined. It's a challenging piece of text for students to look at all at once. And you might think that maybe because it's got this numbering and some bullets, that helps. And while it does have that, I mean, here's an example that I translated into Portuguese. And it's got the numbers, and it's got the bullets, but just doing that, is that enough to help you understand how to do the Skittles population game? I think for most of you, it's not. The numbers and the bullets don't do too much just by themselves. So I'm going to show you an example of how you could take the Skittles population bottlenecking game and actually change it to make it more chunked and visually appealing for students. So here's a copy of what I did. I started with giving the students the objective or the purpose for doing this game at the very top, to discover how disasters affect the genetics of future populations. And I included a word bank for students. These are words that students would have to know, that have to be pre-taught before they engage in this game. And then I chunked or spaced out the directions and included visuals at each step. So at the very beginning, telling kids exactly what they'd need with the blue and yellow Skittles, the penny and the nickel, and then asking them to set out the percentage of Skittles that are blue and the percentage that are yellow, showing them that they're going to put it in a bottle and shake it with that image there, symbolizing a shake. And then step three, look at how much spacing there is between the steps, showing that they're then, after shaking it, going to pour it out because there's been a disaster, and they're going to pour out 5 alleles. Those are the surviving ones. And then they're going to again look at the percentage of the survivors. And then they're going to go to step five, and notice how I broke down this step with the bullet points. In this step, I have the penny and the nickel for each part of the step, so the students see really visually what they're going to be flipping and what they get and how that's going to affect the outcome. So again, just adding spacing, adding visuals, reducing the amount of text, all of this helps make your directions more clear to students because they're chunked, they're spread out, and they're more visually appealing for students.